Howdy! Welcome to the newest Quantum Project's release. Quantum Advanced Moonshining is designed to elevate your player's criminal gameplay. Fully packed with stages, animations, a simple minigame to control heat, and a high-risk, high-reward gameplay that will keep your players on their toes. The script has a 3-stage system in which the player can upgrade their moonshine distillery. Depending on the required items set by the configuration, the player will then be able to upgrade the model of the prop to the next stage. Stage 1 is an unfunctional model that sets the location of the distillery with a simple moonshine barrel. From here, the player will have 2 more stages to upgrade to. To upgrade, the player must have the required items in their inventory to proceed. Here we need a moonshine barrel, some nails, and the distillery pot to advance to the basic distillery model. Every action has an animation with a progress bar to maintain the immersion of the player. Once the animation finishes, the new model of the distillery loads and syncs across all players. Once the distillery is upgraded, it is ready to be loaded with fuel and used for the basic level brewing dedicated to this stage. In this scenario, we will be using coal to power our distillery. Upon filling our fuel, we can see the amount of fuel added in our menu. Now the minigame will begin, and the player must control the temperature to avoid consequences. If the player successfully controls the temperature, the brewing will begin, and the effects will take place. Here we will show you what happens if the player fails the minigame. When the player fails to successfully control the temperature, the moonshine distillery will explode, depending on a chance factor, giving the player a high-risk, high-reward gameplay. Now let's show you the upgrade to the final stage of the distillery. When the player does not have the required items, the script will notify the player of the items missing. Now on to the 3rd stage of the distillery. In this stage, the chances for the distillery to explode are far less likely on failure. Now that the 3rd stage is complete, the player can brew advanced items. When a player creates a distillery, a blip can be seen on the player's map. This blip is only for the player who created the distillery. Now that you're on the advanced stage, you can see the advanced items that are set for this distillery model. As previous with upgrades, the player will also be notified of not having the recipe items required. Same as before, when the player meets the required recipe items, the player will have to complete a heat management minigame in order to successfully brew the moonshine and/or the item chosen. Upon completion, the sound effect and effects will be triggered, and the item will be given when the brew time finishes. Now let me show you the way your players can get rid of the evidence or get the law to be able to destroy the distilleries found. In the menu of your distillery, which anyone can access, you can see we have a way to get rid of the distillery. This requires an explosive item, in this case dynamite. Upon clicking Explode Distillery, the player's item gets removed and they have a couple seconds to run away and enjoy the show. Now that the distillery is destroyed, the broken model will remain persistent in the world until the server restarts. Thank you for watching Quantum's new exclusively designed script for the RSG framework. Enjoy!